the droids to do here, the power of Kazakhstan. And today I bring you some Russian power, episode 15. Today's gun is pixelenemy or PP-19, which stands for literally submachine gun 19. And it was developed by Viktor Kalashnikov, the son of famous creator of AK-47, Mikhail Kalashnikov, and also the son of another weapon, the Dragunov, which kind of funny because two sons made this rifle. And this weapon was developed by request from the police to have a better weapon for building to building combat, since the old AK-74U was kind of wearing off, and this weapon has much more firepower because it has more rounds than the regular AK-74U. The characteristics of this weapon are: its weight is 2.1 kilograms, the length of Bison 1 is 660 millimeters with stock extended, and 425 millimeters with stock folded, 690 millimeters with stock extended for Bison 2, and 460 millimeters stock folded for Bison 2 again. Barrel length is 195 millimeter Bison 1, which is the first version of PP-19, by the way. 230 millimeters for Bison 2 that uses 9 by 16 millimeter cartridge made by Makarov, and 225 millimeter for Bison 2 or 1 that uses 9 millimeter Parabellum. The cartridge it shoots is 9 millimeter Makarov, 9 millimeter Parabellum, .360 ACP, which is basically the same 9 by 17 millimeter, 7.62 by 25 millimeter Tokarev, which is also a pistol round. So it only shoots the pistol round, no AK round or any sort. The action is blowback close bolt. The rate of fire is quite good for the short range submachine gun. It's 650 to 700 rounds per minute. Muzzle velocity is 320 meter per second for the Makarov pistol round 9mm, and 380 for 9mm Parabellum. Effective range is 100 with Makarov round, 200 with Parabellum round. The magazine capacity is 64 with Makarov cartridge and 53 with Parabellum cartridge, and the sights are pretty much the same as the AK sights. Bison or PP-19 is a lightweight selective fire weapon that fires from close bolt, the trait that enhances the gun's accuracy. It is based from AK-74, which is a AK-74 which foldable stock, and it features about 60% of all the traits with that assault rifle. And it's chambered with a standard 9.9 by 18 millimeter Makarov pistol cartridge, but this gun can have. There are also different variants for the gun, which are named Bison 2 and Dash and the version of the gun. The variants are Bison PP-19 Bison 201, which can chamber standard NATO pistol cartridge 9 by 19mm Parabellum, using a modified magazine with 53 round capacity. Bison 202 can chamber .380 ACP pistol round with 64 round magazine capacity. Bison 203 is 9 by 18mm Makarov variant with integral sound suppressor, which is basically internal sound suppressor. You don't need a suppressor, I think. Bison 204 is 9 by 18mm Makarov semi-automatic carbine model. Bison 205 is 9mm Parabellum semi-automatic on the model. And guess what? Bison 206 is semi-automatic only carbine version, but in .380 ACP. I don't see the point of Bison 204 to 206, but it's maybe the civilian version or something. There are also a last variant of PP-19 Bison, which is 207, which is a select fire model that has 7.62 by 25 millimeter pistol round talkative. But this model doesn't have the helical magazine or the one that you see in the game, kind of like a circle magazine. So it has less rounds, and it only has 35 rounds steel magazine. And the standard Bison 2, which is not in the game, the in the game version is Bison 201, which is shoots NATO and 9 by 12 millimeter parabellum. The original Bison 2 is the one that shoots 9 by 18 millimeter Makarov. I know this PP-90 Bison 201 looks like PP-90 M1, but PP-90 M1 proclaims itself that it's an original development, and it is one weapon that is going to be a main competitor for PP-90 Bison 201. Man, why do all the guns have so much numbers? Now, let's talk about in-game characteristics of PP-19 Bison. So, it does damage from the highest damage you can do, which is basically really close to point blank range, is 16.7, and the lowest damage, which is the longest range it can, 9.1. And there's different variants onto it. The ammunition capacity is 54 rounds plus 1, which if you reload with at least one bullet in your chamber. And the starting ammunition is 110 rounds or 192 with ammo perk. Reload time is 2.5 seconds if you still have ammo in your PP-90, and 3.8 seconds if it's empty. And the reason for that is why it's longer is because your character has to pull the action bolt in order to shoot back. While if the bullet is still in the chamber, he doesn't have to. He can just pull the trigger and still shoot the rounds into your enemy. The rate of fire in the game is 900 rounds per minute. The range is short. The recoil is low. Fire mode you can pick is automatic, which is default mode. Semi-auto, which comes with almost all the guns except machine guns. You can play as both US Marines and ground Russian forces. In order to unlock PP-19, which comes in Back to Karkand expansion along with 9 other weapons, you have to play conquest and capture 10 flags and arm MCOM stations. And also, the most annoying is to play 2 hours on strike to Karkand. Now on the screen you're gonna see the setup that I like to use with PP-19 Bison. And the first thing you're gonna notice is that I like to use the red dot sight on the PP-19 Bison, or any red dot sight will do. And then the silencer. In all my guns I use silencer because it's the best. It keeps me off radar, simple as pie. And the third and the final the attachment I use is either laser sight or the tactical light, since the gun allows us so, because this gun doesn't have the underbarrel attachments, so you can't have any foregrip or the bipod, and or it allows us to have silencer and a tactical light at the same time, which on some guns it doesn't allow. So I can blind my enemy with either the laser or the tactical light and still have a silencer on, which I kinda like this gun because of that. The best way to use this gun is at the close range, and preferably is to hip fire, because with hip fire your bullets go into spread much faster, which is really deadly in the close range situations. Also, you have a 55 round magazine, which makes you even more deadlier because you can just spray the enemy down. At the longer to medium ranges, this gun kind of suffers because of the low damage. It only does about 9 damage at the more longer ranges, and you have to shoot the guy at least 10 bullets before he can fall down, which is really inconvenient for the gun If your opponent has something like AIEC or FAMAS or M16 or any assault rifle and or carbine. The kit I would recommend to use with this gun is either the support or the recon. Recon is basically you can put the spawner right near MCOM station or like wherever you want it, and it always you have always access to it, and also your team can spawn on it. The support, even with ammo specialization or perk, you still run out really fast. Like you only get like 5 reloads, which is not that good in my opinion. So uh, I either use support, unless I have really good team that can give me like ammo, or I can just chase someone down, like say give me an ammo, which usually doesn't happen because the support people who play support almost never throw ammo. And recon, it's good with motion sensor. You can put it in somewhere like and just spy on people. It will work with other kits too, like assault and NG, but I prefer the two there. NG if you want to take out tanks. Uh, Medic is basically same thing as you play a medic all the time. Just heal, revive, and also kill people in the process. And overall, PP-19 is a good rifle, really beast at the close range in Battlefield 3. I would recommend keep the distance close. You can still get some decent shots at the medium range, but stay in the close ranges because that's where this thing shines. And yeah, also use ammo with it. If you don't use, unless you support, you're gonna run out super quick. It only gives you like 3 mags or 4 mags total, which is not that good in my opinion. So stick to the ammo specialization whenever using this gun, unless somebody using squad ammo on your squad. But anyways, thanks for watching. The Royce 2 is turning off, and final score I think was 36 and 10. Royce 2 out.